Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm in a different setting. Got my penguin scrubs on. But today I'm going to be bringing you guys a school update. I'm 90 days in, or a little bit over 90 days in, 3 days. So I have August, September, October, and then some of November to bring you guys. But I just thought that I would do this for you guys, just so that you can know like what I'm doing versus what other medical assistant courses are doing and things like that. So if you want to see what I have learned so far or what I'm doing so far, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Okay, so my kids are going to be running around because I did not film this video on Saturday like I had planned. So just excuse them, but I can hear my little one coming down the hallway right now. What do you want? Give it here. Thank you. Go play. Here. Go play. Okay, so I have all of my notes here. And we're going to start with August. So August 15th, I started school. And right whenever school started, we started right off the bat. And we started in our computers in the medical office book. And I don't have any of my books here to show you guys. 3 of them are at school that I'm going to be talking about. I might insert like a clip or something of them, but if you want to refer to the books that I'm talking about, you can always go to my very first medical or second medical assistant video, and that was the orientation, and I showed you guys the books that I had got at orientation, and I talked about them briefly. So we did computers in the medical office, which was going over Word, Excel, and over PowerPoint. And basically with each of those, we learned how to make blank documents, or we took blank documents and made them into a Word, like memos, slideshows, different things like that, spreadsheets, and just things like that. And that was basically all of August into September. And and then we took our exam. So on my exam, sorry I'm looking down too much, but on my exam I have my exact numbers. So my final grade in that class is a 96.57%, and that was on my test, on my final exam. And then each section we got graded differently on. So Word, I got 100% on that exam. Excel, I got a 95%, and then on PowerPoint I got 100%. So that's what made my grade a 96.57. And hey, I'll take it because it was pretty hard. Not PowerPoint so much because I used it a lot in high school, but the rest of it pretty was. And on our test, basically what we did is she gave us like a scenario, and we had to take that and make, you know, the document or whatever we needed to do. So that was September. Once again, we started August 15th, and that's what we did all of August. Like, that was it. And then we did that into some of September as well. But in September, we started medical terminology, which is not fun, you guys. It's not. Excuse me. So on there, you guys all know, if you're medical assistant students, what medical terminology is. And we had 2 exams over that. Okay, so we had 2 exams over that. Our first exam was chapters 1 through 7, and that was like the basic medical terminology and like kind of knowing what the word parts were and just different stuff like that. And on that test, I got a 96. And then on chapters 8 through 15, I got a 97. So on chapters 1 through 7, on our medical terminology tests, we had diagrams. So on chapters 1 through 7, the diagrams were the ventral and dorsal cavities and the human skeleton. So we only had 2 diagrams on that test, which were super easy. I had done the human skeleton and honors anatomy, so it was super easy. And then chapters 8 through 15, you guys, we had, I'm gonna read it off, it's all right here. We had the respiratory system, the digestive system, the urinary system, the external of the female, the internal of the female, the male reproductive system, the layers of the skin, and the components of the eye. The male reproductive system had 12, and the components of the eye had 16. So I don't know how I passed that test, but I did. And then also in September, we did shadowing. So for a week, our teacher was gone. And so different clinics in our town, we went to different students, and we shadowed them for 3 days out of the week, which was really fun, kind of being more hands-on. So we did that, and it was really fun. I went to a neurosurgical place, and I went to 2 clinics, and it was really fun. Okay, so yeah, so we did the shadowing, which is super fun, just being hands-on and things like that. And then during our shadowing experience, we would have to, after we were done, we would come back to the classroom or go to the library, Starbucks, wherever we wanted to go. And we had to do presentations on systems of the body. So my system, me and my group system, was the urinary system, which was not the funnest system, but we did that, and our presentation had to be 60 slides, and it had to be 60 minutes long, and we had to incorporate a game, and we had to be business professional, no jeans or anything, and we got graded on all of that. And we did have 60 slides, it was 60 minutes, and we were business professional, and we played bingo. So on ours, we got 95%. Each of the girls in my group got a 95% because we weren't looking at our classmates, which was a very good grade for standing up in front of your classmates for an hour. Honey, I don't know how I did it. Okay, so then last month in October, we started putting our lab together, which if you have seen a couple of my videos, you hear me talking about our lab, which is across the street from our actual school, and it's set up just like an exam room. So it has height and weight, or it has the height and weight machine, it has an exam table, it has the pediatric exam table, we have our laptop cart, like an area to draw blood and do finger pricks, and then we also have like an actual laboratory where we can do like spin blood and stuff like that. Like we have a sterilization thing or whatever. We haven't used it yet, but we have that. So at the beginning of October, all we did was put our lab together, and then we started doing pulse, respiration, blood pressure, height and weight, and SpO2s, and then also doing the temperatures. But also whenever in September, whenever we started doing medical terminology, we did start doing pulse and respiration and blood pressure. And every morning, right when class started at 8:20, we'd have to grab a partner and go through and do pulse and respiration, blood pressure, height and weight, and then the temperatures on them. And every day we had to fill it out, and that was like our morning thing, so that we got the hang of it. And I'm actually really good at blood pressures. Like I can say that I'm good at it. So that was that. And that's all that we've really been doing since then. But we got a new lab instructor, so we have 2 teachers now, and 3 days out of the week we'll have one teacher, and then 2 days out of the week we'll have the other teacher, and then it flip-flops and it goes back and forth like that. excuse me. So we've just been doing that, and it's really fun. Both of our teachers, they teach way different from each other. One of our teachers is very like, you know, spot on, and this is what you need to know. And then our other teacher, she's like, read your chapter. Read the chapter. You'll find your answer. So it's really fun having those different teaching methods, and it helps you learn. It helps me learn better. I can't complain. So that's what we did in October. We were going to our lab whatever. We're going to our lab a lot, okay? And yeah, so that's a lot what we did in October. And I don't think we had a test all of October. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. We started off November with a test with our lab teacher over one chapter, I think, and a diagram, and I got an 88 on it. I honestly don't even remember what it was over, but I'll put it over down here whenever I figure out what the test was over. And then early November, we learned how to do finger pricks. I'll have to insert a picture of my bandaged fingers from doing finger pricks, which was really fun. And that was like the first thing we learned to do with, you know, anything that has to do with blood. And then we learned the proper way to tie a tourniquet, which is the thing that they place on your arm to get your veins to palpate. So we learned that. And then we started doing blood draws. Not real ones, or I did. We did start that like last week, but we have mannequin arms, which I wish I had a picture of, but it looks like a real like man's arm. Like, it's so big, and it's super veiny, and we would stick apply the tourniquet, palpate the vein, alcohol swab it and everything, and then act like we are going to, or we stick it with an actual needle just to get the hang of it. And then last week I actually did get to stick for the first time. I didn't get blood, but I got to stick, and it's honestly the most like fun thing ever. I mean, it kind of sounds weird being like, oh yeah, I like sticking people, but it's pretty fun. So and it's only November 18th when I'm filming this, but this video is going up on the 19th. So yeah, that's literally it. I kind of went through like 4.5-ish months in like no time. But this course is only 7 months, and it's November. We graduate April 8th. So we still have so much to learn and so much to do. Like, I'm super excited. And right now, what we've been doing in class with our, I'll say main teacher, and then our lab teacher, which is what we do the hands-on stuff with. With our main teacher, we have been doing SIM chart, and that is just electronic health records. We get a scenario, we enter it in, and go from there. And we have a test over that December 4th. And then we have our unit test, which is over everything we learned since August, December 20th. So I cannot wait to get that study guide so I can start studying, because I'm at the point, like, with school where I feel like I'm behind 24/7. Is anyone else in school and they just feel like they're behind 24/7? Because you are not alone, honey. But yeah, like I said, this course is 7 months. Whenever I first started, a lot of people were telling me that theirs were like a year, or theirs were 10 months, 11 months, 9 months. So this is why my pace might seem a little bit faster than yours, just because of what we're doing. But we're all learning the same thing. I'm going to be a certified clinical medical assistant, and then there's also our registered medical assistant. They're both the same. They can do the same thing. So that is just what I will be doing. So yeah, Alrighty guys, so if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Once again, I apologize for the lighting, but I am going to get me a corner and I'm ordering a ring light, and I'm gonna have me a little area set up for me to film because I cannot do this dullness anymore, honey. And the sun went down, so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below more video ideas that you want to see. I have so much more coming for you guys. And like I said, I'll see you guys in my next one. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on that bell notification. Ouch. My nail just came off. Turn on that bell notification so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. I upload every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.